Welcome back everyone to episode 11 of Let's Play Rule the Waves as Germany. So far we have easily dispatched with France and followed up the French war with a equally, if not more successful war against Russia. Despite the dragging on a little bit, I think it dragged on a little too long. Well, at least for my taste. I didn't think it needed to. The Russians should have been suing for peace after we sank their entire battleship fleet. But here we are at peace. We've navigated through a little bit of a budget issue in the beginning. Next thing up for us is to refit our battleships. We want to first finish construction of the ships here. So let's get to that. We have about 4 million available. So I'm going to just unpause my 2 battleships. The sooner these are finished, the sooner we can get going on our light cruisers. We will always buy technology. AP is good, very good. Penetration. Okay, more natural resources. That should be good for our overall budget. Probably just updated, but interesting. I think this might be a time it's worth not selling technology. Light cruiser armor configuration is very important, so I'm actually going to say no. It's not something you can upgrade. It's pivotal for the light cruiser warfare. Okay, so we've got a lot of things that are good. What happens if I think we can actually resume all of these. It will be negative, but only a little bit negative. Yeah, eventually we're going to have to halt one of these, but that's okay. We'll keep straddling the line of being bankrupt. Yes, actually this is funny. We're already doing a technology exchange with Italy, so we'll definitely sell any technology to them. See, they just got armor development. That could have been the armor we would have given them anyway. Oh, interesting. This is interesting. This is actually, we should safeguard our interests by negotiating an agreement. This is also very interesting. We just finished building our battleships. We could call for an international disarmament conference, hoping for some kind of treaty. I always like those options, so let's do it. Okay, fine. So that just ended up impacting our budget for no good reason. But that's okay, we still have 4 turns left at this rate. And once again, if it's the Italians, we're already in a technology sharing agreement with them, so we'll sell them stuff. We're already sharing it with them anyway. Now the British are the only ones I generally don't sell to because they are the biggest threat. So we will actually keep this to ourselves. Yeah, we'll sell anything to the poor Japanese. Good, rate of fire, always important. Lots of dead ends, but that's okay. I don't really care about the scouting force. I mean, having a scouting force with your heavy cruisers can be good because usually the enemy's scouting force is light cruiser, so you can begin engaging them right away. However, it's not massively important. We'll give it... Oh, okay, so we're helping them with their damage control. We got 14-inch guns. We're really ready for our next set of battleships, but because we have this middle battleship group... By the way, I just thought about it right now. It's even better that these guys have the extra speed because these are almost going to be like battleship escorts. You know, you have your destroyers and you have your destroyer escorts. These are like your battleship escorts. They're very good for fending off any ship except for another battleship because they have all the light guns. And they have the speed as well, 21. So if I decide to build another battleship and put it at about 20, those can just have the main guns to deal with other battleships. Okay, it's really starting to get time to refit these, but we can't yet because we're still building light cruisers, so keep going. Oh, yes, thank you for paying attention when I was not. So we'll slow down the two that are furthest away from construction anyway. This is interesting. The prestige up is good. I think we'll take it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe I shouldn't have. Well, yeah, we can't. We have to put another ship on hold. Yeah, we. Oh, very nice. So lots of good technologies are occurring for us. Basically, the only one I'm waiting on now is all or nothing armor. If we were to get that this early, we would be producing some fantastic battleships. Okay, we gotten some more light cruisers. I think I'm willing to sell to the French. We decimated them, so by all means, go ahead. We'll take the money. Let's resume construction. I think we'll agree wholeheartedly, because I don't care about going to war with Japan. In fact, I almost want it, right? The reason why is there's a lot of Northeast holdings from Japan that I could take. Now the problem is they would get a surprise attack on me, which is not good, but is budget and prestige down, tension up, or budget, prestige, and tension. I think the last one's really the only sensible one for us to choose. Didn't really even impact tensions that badly. Let's push for an international force. I don't think Great Britain will listen to anybody, but... Oh, wow. Fantastic. Okay, we're looking very good now. So, let's build up a little bit of reserve funds before we begin refitting our ships. Actually, I can refit, for example, our heavy cruiser. Yeah, we don't really care about the Russians, do we? 24 knots is pretty fast, though. Unlike their previous battle cruiser, which, like I said, was just a battleship. It's like those pocket battleships that, oh, they're just heavy cruisers. Don't worry about them. Right, so heavy cruiser first, I think. Do we have better quality 9 weapons? I highly doubt it. So I know that I think the cost was reset when I changed it back, but let's just... Yeah, it was. Just to be safe, I wanted to make sure that my changing the caliber gun back and forth didn't affect the cost of the refit. So there's nothing really we want to do here. Central firing is desirable. How much will it cost us, though? That's pretty low. If we replace machinery, we're really getting into expensive, and there's like nothing we can do with all that weight. Okay, I spoke a little too soon. We can get an extra knot. I don't think it's worth it. My heavy cruisers, I've never really liked them. In my opinion, they're just better off just satisfying the tonnage requirements, and that's it. So we'll save this. This is a little bizarre because, unfortunately, this heavy cruiser doesn't have too much ammo. How I justify this is the better fire control should allow us to hit more often, so we shouldn't need as much ammo. And again, the way I designed this ship was to have a lot of 6-inch guns that will never run out of ammo. So if she can't sink whatever ship with 115 shells, then, you know, we'll just move on to the 6-inch guns or run away. Okay, we'll begin her reconstruction. We also have these old ships. You know, maybe it was a good thing that one of my light cruisers was sunk, because these guys are going to be relegated. I don't really have a purpose for them anymore. We could get central firing. How much is it going to cost us, though? Okay, I'll do that. I'll play ball. So yeah, we'll go ahead and rebuild these, and let's see, we still have the balance. How much? Let's rebuild all of them. Let's see how much does it cost. Oh. Right, of course these are new, so I'm glad they weren't taken into hand. And all of our minesweepers were constructed. Let's get a few more. 4 more. You can never have too many minesweepers. They should prevent us from hitting mines in Northern Europe at least, which they didn't last war, but that's the idea. Ah, yes. The unfortunate situation that we need to send people to foreign stations. So I'm going to put these light cruisers on foreign station, but they're not actually going to be moved there. We'll see what happens. No, because that causes unrest. So yeah, we've learned our lesson, have we not? West Africa, Indian Ocean. The thing is, I want to move these back. I don't want my new light cruisers there. And Southeast Asia, Northeast Asia. Yeah, that'll have to do for now, though. We still don't have enough tonnage. Well, this might not be the worst time. I was going to say to send some of my old battleships, but I guess we'll have to get... These are 200 tons. We're not going to have enough. Yeah, we're going to have to put one of our battleships onto temporary, which is actually totally fine. Since these guys are about to be upgraded, we don't care where they're upgraded from. So let's just send all these to foreign station. Actually, no. We better do it with only one because it does increase the maintenance cost. Caught myself there. Good. Alright. Continue the end terms. Beginning. Well, as soon as we get this budget up a bit, we can design another new ship. I think we want some more light cruisers of the current design we have. I love light cruisers. Oh, yeah, go for the win. Who cares about Russia? And I just want to make a note of this. My prestige in 1910 is already 35. That's pretty high. We've done well. Yep. Go ahead, France, buy whatever you want. Oh, we will get upset. We will always get upset at Japan. I'm sorry, Japan. Poor little Japan. Okay, how's the foreign station working? You guys are now all where you should be. Change you to active fleet, which puts us 3,000 below. Fine. We're going to get this one to be foreign station and move her to Southeast Asia, which I'm assuming is where we're missing the tonnage. Remember, we did actually acquire... We haven't looked at the map for quite a while, but we did actually acquire one of the French holdings, so Annam is now ours. We had no chance of trying to secure a French holding near ours, but Southeast Asia hopefully will just be all of ours eventually. We'll probably back down unconditionally. Oh, a peace conference. Let's do that. Dang it. Try as I might, I can't get a treaty. I like those treaties. They add a real fun element to the game. So we have mine rails now. That's interesting. I'm not very good at using mines. I have never used them successfully, except for the ones that are already statically put in as defenses. Okay, so we are minus 3,000 in Southeast Asia. That ship hasn't got there yet. Okay, fine. Wow, quality 1, 14-inch guns. Well, we know exactly what our new battleship's going to be. And 5 centerline turrets. I'm so excited. I can't wait to have the funds to build a new battleship. But we'll wait a little bit longer. If we can get all or nothing armor, that would be fantastic. Let's see how we're doing overall in research. So ship design, we're way ahead. Which is surprising. We're supposed to have an advantage in armor, but armor, despite being under high, is one of our lowest highs. Okay, whole construction is just abysmal. Guess we can't sort, but... Okay, well, let's just hope things continue to come along slowly. It's probably about time for us to refit our battleships. So, redesign. Central firing and better 12-inch guns. which is going to take us exactly to our weight capacity. I think that's a sign that there's nothing else that needs to be done here. So we'll save. I just want to make sure there's nothing I'm missing, nothing obvious. Nothing obvious to me, at least. Slightly better quality guns, 12-inch guns. And central firing. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what I want. Let's rebuild all of them. That's fine. We're barely negative. So this is going to impact our the tonnage on foreign stations. Now that we have all these other light cruisers back, these are the ones I'd rather be sending everywhere. So let's start doing it this way. Let's send 2 to Northeast Asia, 2 to Southeast Asia. We're not going to have like any normal ships in Europe, Northern Europe itself, but that will change eventually. So now we need to send probably 2 to the Indian Ocean. I don't know, 1 for raiding eventually. No, let's just send 1 to the Indian Ocean and 1 to West Africa. Okay, and then after they all arrive, we can recall our newer model light cruisers. Yeah, this is very standard for one of the first dreadnoughts, that they have still the guns on both sides. You'd be facing an 8 volley of 12-inch guns here. That's not amazing. I mean, to be honest, for 23,000 tons and 21 knot. Okay, we helped them a whole bunch. Quality 11, fine. Ours is 21,000, and it has basically the same punch, if not more of a punch. Because they have an 8 broadside with 8 12-inch, and I have a broadside with 8 13-inch. I have the same speed, we're just probably lower armor. What? Save on defense spending? You're crazy. Aha, international disarmament. We'll keep trying. Okay, well, let's see. What do we want to accomplish in the next few months? The disarmament conferences aren't going our way. Alright, who else is obsolete? Who has not been replaced? You're new, so you don't need to, and everyone else has the refit. Okay, well, nobody then. Which means that as soon as we build up a bit of funding, we can actually design a new ship. And I think what we need is a destroyer, right? We don't have a destroyer currently. Let's wait for the battleships to finish first, and then let's get a destroyer. Yeah, we'll take all the technologies. Again, oh, improved diving gear. I believe that this is ASW. Or no, this is submarines, which I don't care about, so I'll sell it to them, sure. And France, being silly, why would they want to risk war with us? We pummeled them once. Yeah, we'll sell the Russians oil firing. The people who we already just blew out of the water, we don't care if we give them technology. All right. That was, I think, a fire control technology, which I'm usually pretty reluctant to sell, but it's the Italians. Alright, so we don't have anything under construction except for the Worth. The Worth will be done momentarily. There she is. We'll keep sending diplomatic notes all over the place. Okay, but at this point, let's sort by location and type. Because I think we have a bunch of ships which we can recall back to Northern Europe. I like to keep the same ship types in the same zones. So these battleships, they're kind of useless to me here. I'd much rather they go elsewhere because I don't want them paired up with my Alsace class. For now, maybe it's okay. Oh my gosh, please, not the Mediterranean. Can you move to Northeast Asia? I forgot to take them off foreign stations, so they've been moving about. Let's see if we can check up on some of the other nations. So let's look first of all at Great Britain. They have a Caesar class. Wow. 6 14-inch guns, pretty good. 11-inch belt, pretty good. 18 6-inch, very good. They also have this Formidable, which is just under construction. We don't have any information about it. They also have an Invincible class battle cruiser, 25 knots with 14-inch guns. That's incredible. 9.5-inch belt. These are very good ships. Yeah, I mean, we're always scared of going to war with Great Britain, but you can see why. They build very, very good ships. They have so many battleships. Their screen does not even contain all the battleships they have. The poor Hood is not the finest of ships. Yeah, that would be fitting for us to sink the Hood. That would be fitting. After a war with us, the French haven't recovered yet. They're back to 5 battleships total. Looks like they tried to supplement their navy with a bunch of heavy cruisers. Italy doesn't have very much in the way of spending. They're on the lowest with Japan. We're actually pretty low as well. So it makes sense they only have 5. Russia's done a pretty good job replacing her ships. She's got another battlecruiser building, which is just under 20,000 tons. Let's look at this Gangu class. Yeah, not anything I would worry about. Japan, who's our most likely opponent in the next war. Yeah, that Shikishima, I'm not too worried about that, because they can only get an 8-gun broadside off, despite having 12 guns. It's pretty inefficient. If that is true, 12.5-inch belt though. This is one of those real, like a turtle type ship. Heavy, heavy armor, but not a whole lot of armament, so it's like you can't sink them because you don't have enough guns, but they can't sink you because you have really heavy armor. In these situations, though, I would rather be in the situation... I would rather be the ship with the better armament and the lower armor. Because penetration, when penetration happens, that's just going to come down to the bigger shell doing more damage. So although they have thicker armor, if we penetrate with a bigger gun, it's going to do much more damage. Okay, moving forward. Ireland. Private industry has really done well for us. Yeah, we'll sell them cross-deck fire. That's fine. We already have access to 5 centerline turrets, so that's an obsolete technology for us. Another thing I wanted to look at, actually, is... Let's take a look at tonnage of individual nations. So we're at 29,000, 33, 29, 31, 33, 32, 31. So we're the lowest one, but we share the lowest one with France. It's a little strange that Japan's shipbuilding capability is bigger than Germany's. Very strange, but whatever. Torpedo aiming system, yeah, we'll do that. That was for submarines. Well, I didn't really care about that in the end. Oh well, fair enough. Let's just take a look at our foreign tonnage. We're good in everything. West Africa actually has, it looks like too many ships. Because we have 2. We can get away with only having 1. So let's move this one back to Northern Europe. It's good news though that the West Africa, Indian Ocean can actually hold a lot more ships now. So we can hold 30 there. That's really nice. Well, I think we've probably done enough to call this episode to a close. Not that we really did anything. We've just pushed forward for a couple years, but 25 minutes in, I don't want to run this episode too long. I would say that we are not a tool for their profits, because prestige matters to me. Whenever I'm just about to end... Ooh! Okay, this is probably... I know what we gotta do. I know what we have to do. Starting with the next episode, I think what we'll do is create a new destroyer. It's time. It's really time. We have 900-ton technology, and now we have double torpedo mounts, which is... I don't know. Torpedoes are begin to become very effective. We might even use our 3-inch guns just to reduce the number... I don't like this configuration. I would choose something... which, despite being less effective, it's what I would want to do is probably something more like this. Maybe even just 2 guns, because we don't really need as many guns as we want torpedoes. Anyway, I'm going to call this episode to a close, so we'll pick up our destroyer design in the next episode. Until then, thanks for watching.